You are recording. Okay, so it is time for Creative Mornings. Good morning, everybody. This is one of my favorite networking events in the city. Later on, I have some really cool stuff for you about my 12-week year, but in the meantime, I'm going to be pitching my video editing book to apparently the biggest crowd they've ever had here.
As I mentioned, Creative Mornings is an international event. We have chapters in 175 cities. So this month, the theme is compassion. It was chosen by our Helsinki chapter, and this illustration was created by our Helsinki-based illustrator, Sami Filiato. It's all right, don't worry about it. All right, Rachel, you're up.
Good morning, everybody. So I got a question for you. How many of you have ever watched a video or a quick little thing on social media or on your smartphone? How many of you have ever watched a video online? Yeah, like all of us. Okay, that's a bad question. Let me ask it this way. How many of you have ever watched a video and you've turned it off in 10 or 15 seconds? Yeah. And you know why? Because it was probably boring. And as a professional video editor, I think this is an atrocity. Now, my book is available on Amazon in a hard copy as well as an ebook, but I also have 10 copies available with me today for free. So if you would like one, come find me after the talk. Thank you.
But I'm just going to say, Chapter 1. Yes. Yeah. Sunny is an author, a speaker, a coach, an expert meeting facilitator, and the founder of the creative consultancy, SB.
Okay, so let's get home and I can show you a little bit about what I'm doing with my new year, explain that some more. But I have to say, Creative Mornings was amazing today. The talk was fantastic, and also just my book pitch went amazing. So yeah, largest group ever, no problem. That was awesome. So confession, it is not Friday, it is Tuesday. I got home from Creative Mornings, started working on some stuff for Renegade that I needed to get done, and apparently fell asleep on my couch. My husband came home at 5 o'clock and found me fast asleep, which does not happen very often, but apparently I needed some rest. And so I've learned to listen to my body, took this weekend to rest, and so now I'm picking up this video where I left off. As I said, it is my new year. This is the start of my next 12-week year, and I'm going to take you through some of the tools that I use to execute this. Ready? Here we go.
Okay, so now we are in my Google Drive, and we're going to start first off by looking at my personal vision. Now, everything in your 12-week year starts with your vision. You cannot have a really good and successful 12-week year without first knowing where you're going. So I've shared this a little bit before. You probably can see it a little bit better here. I have my be, do, have. This is my vision for my life, and every single goal that I work on in my 12-week year has to do with achieving these categories in this version of myself. So first off, I want to show you what my 12-week year looked like for year 4. This is the one that I just completed. And so I had 3 goals in this. You can see them listed here in column A at the top right here. And everything that I did was trying to achieve these goals. Now I have the goal of being healthy, rested, and active. I wanted to sell more editing blocks for my business. And the Wonder Work goal has to do with the workshop that I took from Brad Montague back in October. Not in October, back in April. Anyway, so those are my 3 goals. I'm going to cover bonus wins in a second. Every single goal that I have, you can see them here, are all listed out, and the tactics for each one are the things that I'm going to do to achieve that goal. So in terms of goal 1, be healthy, rested, and active, and reach 120 pounds, the tactics that I wanted to do have to do with exercise, eating, drinking water, making art, walking, things like this that help me to achieve this goal. Now, this do thing that's over here, this due date, is how often do I want to achieve these things over in the tactics category? How often do I want to do them? The overall score, since this is an overview of my entire 12-week year, this has to do with how good did I actually accomplish these goals. These are then aggregated and put up here in the top of the C column. Now, if you can achieve a 85% completion rate in your goal, you will actually achieve it within that 12-week year. Now, obviously, my overall goals for my 3 categories here, my 3 goals for last year, my last 12-week year, are much lower than 85%. Nothing really cracked above 60%. Now, some people might think that means that it's a failure, but what it really means is that I'm going to achieve my goal in more time. Instead of in a single 12-week year, it might be in 1 or 2 or 3 12-week years before I actually achieve my goal. And I'm okay with that. The reality is that I would like to move faster, but again, this is a tracking system so I can see how well I'm doing. The bonus wins that I have over here have to do with giving myself an incentive to actually try to reach that 85 completion rate. Now, the reality is that I did not earn a single one of them, but oh well, we move on. So now that you have a look at what the overall plan is, then I take this information and I then translate it into a weekly plan of what this is supposed to look like. So again, I have the goals listed out here. You can see like everything for goal 1 starts here. And I've rearranged this a little bit differently because everything is repeated twice, but that doesn't really matter right now. It's these things that are right here that really matter. We've got a tracking system so I can see how well do I actually get this particular goal tactic in every single day. I then track these things, and then the score for the week, how well did I do for the week, gets recorded in this score column. These scores are then averaged out, and that is how I have an overall score for that particular goal for that week. Later on, this data is aggregated back into the overview, and that's what supplies these numbers here. And I do this for every single goal. So this is what year 4 looked like. I am now starting out year 5, and this is my overview for this. I have very similar goals for it. Again, being healthy, rested, and reaching 120 pounds. This time I'm changing the objective for my business. Instead of trying to just sell editing blocks, I want to build my leads list, and I want to sell a higher dollar item that I offer. And again, I'm also still doing wonder work because that's where a lot of fun stuff is. It's stuff that I'm working on for the future, new ideas, including this YouTube channel. So you'll be seeing a lot from there as well. Again, I have that goal, and then I have listed out the tactics that I'm going to do. Now this little guy right here, the lag indicators, are really important. They form a way that you can monitor the progress that you're making on your goal week to week. The idea being they give you a quick look at saying, are the tactics that you're working on actually effective for reaching your goal? Now this actually proves really useful. In year 3 when I did this, I actually had a goal that for 8 weeks did not work. And it was my lag and lead indicators that showed me that my, excuse me, it was the lag and lead indicators that showed me that my goal was not working. And so this allowed me to actually change my goal in the middle of the year and actually finish out much better than I had if I had just said, well, screw it, I'm just going to keep going on for 4 more weeks. These are really useful so that you can track whether or not your goal is being effective. Now, the particulars of the tactics that you want to do for a goal matter only to you. You are the one that knows what to do. You are the one that has to decide. And what a particular set of tactics looks like for a goal is unique to you. So I have here a blank form that I want to show you just so you can see like what this looks like. So here is everything empty. And I'm going to make this available to you so you can actually see it for yourself. I'm also going to see if I can make this a downloadable file for you. That way you can actually plug this in. I got to see how well Excel will translate this because obviously I'm in Google Drive right now. So yeah, this is what this looks like. Again, some of the reminders I put in here, like it's not recommended to have more than 3 goals in a year, different stuff like that. So you can really see how this works and how you can start using it for yourself.
Again, this 12-week year system came from the book, The 12-Week Year, as written by Brian P. Moran. I have included a link in the description below, as well as a link to my Google document so you can see it. And this is really designed to give you the tools that I use on an everyday basis. This has truly transformed everything that I do. It's enabled me to do a lot of new things and to achieve them a lot faster than just putting things on a calendar. So I highly recommend it. If you have found this video helpful, I hope that you like, and I also hope that you subscribe to my channel. Please feel free to leave me a comment below, especially if you have more questions about the 12-week year, or as you are setting up your own and you want some more information, please feel free to reach out. I am happy to answer anything that I can. This is definitely one of my favorite tools, and I love it, so I want to get as many people doing it as possible. So, thanks for watching. I hope you all have a great week. Ciao! My dog is deciding to be a little monster. Radar, are you coming up? Coming up? Come on. There you go. Can you play with that quietly, please? Yeah, good boy.